welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my July IPSY bag unbagging, but this month I decided to do it a little bit more like low-key, chit chat, get ready with me. I'm going to be doing my full face, but using the products that I got in my IPSY bag as well. So this is what the bag looks like this month. It has like a lazy egg and then the back has like its little butt. I know that this is like a Korean character. I'm not going to try to say the name because I'm probably going to butcher it. Personally, I probably won't be using this bag. I mean, like, it's cute and all, but just not my style. But I did want to mention that it is like a Korean brand character, just so that no one gets offended out there. I know the internet loves to get offended about everything, so I know what it is. It's just not my style. So one of the products I'm gonna go ahead and use right now before my makeup, this is the Hanalei Rose Lip Treatment. I have already used this a couple times. It just gives you a little bit of a rosy tint, but it really moisturizes. So I wanted to put this on before all my makeup so it has time to sink in. Also, this month's bag came in a yellow package instead of a pink one, which was interesting and different. I don't know if they're going to be doing different colors now or just if it was a one-time thing. Okay, so I think I'm going to prime my face and just start applying my makeup before I do any of the other IPSY products, just because I want to sit and chit chat with you guys a little bit. So if you don't like that kind of stuff, you can skip over this part onto when the IPSY products start again. I'm going to use my Estee Edit Radiance Activator Primer to moisturize and add a little bit of glow to my skin. So the reason I wanted to do a more chit chat style video with this unbagging is I've been kind of stressed the past couple weeks, and I feel like when I am stressed, then videos that are more like just IPSY unbagging feel more like obligations, and makeup is my kind of escape from stress. So when it starts feeling like an obligation, I don't like that, and I'm just trying to find the balance between being a little bit open, because I know I don't share a lot of my personal life on here, and that's just mostly because I don't know, I feel like it's not stuff the internet needs to know, and I just feel like most people don't really care. They're just more nosy, which, don't get me wrong, the people that know me right now are probably like, girl, you're nosy. Yes, I am super nosy. I've always been nosy since childhood. If like my parents whispered about something in a different room, I would cry all day until they told me, which, thinking back on it, like if my child did that right now, I would just lie to them and make something up so that they stop crying. But they didn't do that. They let me cry like all day. I feel like that would be so annoying. I don't know if they just didn't want to lie. But anyways, off topic. I understand being nosy, and if I follow you on social media, I probably know a lot about you that you don't think I do. But I honestly am not nosy in like a malicious way. I genuinely care just about what people are going through, I guess. I'm nosy in a curiosity way. Like, I analyze everything all the time. I love to people watch. So my nosiness is more like I'm curious and I want to analyze it and I want to understand people's lives and like what other people are going through. It just fascinates me that everyone has their own life and their own stuff going on. So I just like to know about everything in general. I'm just an overall curious person. So yeah, I feel like I just read people's vibes a lot. Like, I read into people's feelings, and even though you can only get a small tiny glimpse on social media, I feel like even through that I can sometimes tell people's emotions and like that they might be going through something. But my point was, not everyone has good intentions when they want to know what's going on with people. And I know that that shouldn't keep someone from sharing stuff, because I personally love when people are more honest online about their struggles and stuff they're going through. It helps me a lot. Like, the other day I was reading a post and the girl just was super candid about stuff she's going through, and she talked about how each of us are like in this cave sometimes and we think that no one else is, but someone right next to us might be in the same cave, but we're too scared to share about it. And another thing I feel like is it's always easier to share about something hard once you're out of the woods. It's easier to share about something looking back on it and being like, hey, I went through this hard thing, now I'm in a better place, and just like having people relate to that. But it's harder when you're in the hard time. And right now, the past couple weeks, I feel like I've been kind of in that kind of time. My emotions are so strong on each spectrum that when I'm down, I'm super down. But the plus side is I'm never down for very long. If I have stress or like depression or anything like that that I've struggled with, it's never very long term. I've just always been that kind of person. I can feel better within like a couple days usually, or even like the next morning. For me, it's more like I'll have a hard day in the morning, I'm feeling better and more optimistic, and then I'll have a hard day that brings me down again. So for me, I don't stay down, but when I am down, it's like the strongest feeling of down, if you know what I mean. So I've just had like quite a bit of that going on the past couple weeks. I've been working more just because my coworkers have been gone occasionally and my boss, and I've had to do work by myself, coming in earlier to like man the office while they're gone on vacations and stuff. So I think that took a toll on me with some stress and just other stuff that's going on. And I feel like working and being away from my son and adjusting to that as well, adjusting to not having as much time with him, and when I do come home I'm like more tired. And I think in general it just had to do with expectations too. Like the summer isn't going how I thought it would, how I pictured it to go, which as a person or an adult, disappointment is hard to deal with. But I feel like as a parent, it's even harder because you don't want to let down your child. You're trying to like create these memories for them of their childhood. And I know like my kid is just about to turn 3, so he has his whole childhood ahead of him, plenty more summers, but I'm just such a sentimental person that it goes back to that analyzing thing. I always like analyze over time and memories, and that's a big thing for me. So when things don't go as I like pictured or imagined or hoped for, it's really hard for me to process. I'm gonna contour my cheeks just a tiny bit because I did get a bronzer in my IPSY bag this month. But yeah, that's basically how I've kind of been feeling the past couple of weeks. And when I get in that zone, I kind of just keep to myself. I get in this comfort zone and I kind of isolate myself, I guess. Everything starts to feel like an obligation. Even hanging out with someone, like with working, I feel like my weekends go by so fast that I don't even like to make plans for my weekends. I just want to like spend time with my family and just have a day to do nothing. I haven't had a day to do nothing in so long, and I'm the kind of person that needs those kind of days. Like I need to just sit out, like outside somewhere, people watch, do nothing, just let my brain have a rest. So it's kind of like that weird mix of feeling like you're missing out on social stuff and just not even having the energy or desire to do those social stuff. I don't know, man. Adulting is not so great sometimes. Okay, so back to the actual IPSY bag. I got a bronzer this month and it is from Tarte. It is Park Avenue Princess. Look how big it is. It's like an actual deluxe sample size and it's from Tarte. How awesome. I'm just gonna take this fluffy brush from Real Techniques and I just kind of do it wherever for a nice bronzed glowy look. Yesterday I was watching this other YouTuber, Tati, and she was just talking about the uphill battle of her YouTube career and stuff, and she shared this song from Macklemore. I actually shared it on my Instagram story if you guys follow me, and it's called Glorious, and it is such a good song. And the music video is even better. You guys have to go watch it. He surprises his grandma on her 100th birthday and he like takes her out all day to do whatever she wants, to check things off her bucket list, and it's just so cute and special. I love music and videos that actually like inspire me or get me feeling something. I feel like in this day and age it's glorified to like not be in your feels and like not have all these emotions and be more like cold and uncaring, like nothing can affect you. But I think it's special to be sensitive, and if you are sensitive also, I don't think you should change it for society. I know that sounds super cheesy. You guys are probably like, okay mom. I'm gonna take this Essence blush. This is in the shade Heat Wave. I'm obsessing over this for summer. You already know what I'm using for highlight, the Flower Beauty Strobe palette. I have to say also the product in this lasts very long. I use it so frequently and I've had it for like half a year and it hasn't gone down at all. And I'm gonna take my Aquamarine spray from ColourPop. Don't worry guys, I did not forget about my brows. I got a brow product in my IPSY bag. This is from the brand Cella. It comes with a brush on one end and then you open up the tube and it has the cream pomade on this side. It says the shade is Tantalizing Taupe. So this is what the shade looks like. I don't think I'm gonna use this brush. I might give it one try, but I think I'm just gonna use a different angled brush that I have that's thinner and more precise. I got a brow product in last month's IPSY bag and I loved that one, so I'm pretty optimistic. Hopefully this works out for me. This is actually going pretty well so far. Okay, so this was really decent even with this brush, so I'm impressed. I'm gonna finish up my other brow and then clean them up a little bit with some concealer and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm done with that. This brow is always more difficult than this brow and they do look a little bit dark. So don't know about the color, but the product itself is not bad. It was workable even with the brush that it provided, so not bad. Lastly, I'm gonna do the eyes. I did get this Pacifica Island Life palette. The shades do look very pretty, but they're all shimmers, so I am gonna use my ColourPop Yes Please palette just for like my crease and transition colors. And then my fifth item in the bag is this little crease brush from IPSY. I love getting brushes in my bag, and this one I have been using. It's great. It's a perfect small brush for like precision work. So I'm just gonna start out with my Yes Please palette. I'm gonna take the lightest shade all over the lid. And then I'm going to take the small crease brush and take this brown shade into the crease. I'm trying to make a more precise line. I'll blend out the top after, kind of like a cut crease. I just don't want to go in with concealer again, so I'm trying to make it more precise. I was originally going to make this just like an Instagram live video where I do a chit chat with the IPSY bag and stuff, but I kind of chickened out. It's a little bit harder to talk about more personal things when there's a person like right there live watching you. Plus I do like doing lives, but there's usually only like 5 people on it. Now I'm going to take a fluffy brush and kind of blend the top part of that brown. Out of these shades, I would say I've done a lot of like gold, yellow, and bronze looks, so I'm gonna go in with the pink for the lid. I'm gonna try with a dry brush first, and if that doesn't have enough pigment, I will just get the brush wet. Yeah, I think it needs a little bit of moisture for more pigment. That's a little bit better. I mean, it is overall a very light peachy pink anyways. Okay, now I'm gonna take the lightest shade and use that as an inner corner highlight. And then I think I'm actually going to use the gold shade for my lower lash line. And then the very darkest brown I'm going to use close to the upper lash line, just right on the outer corner to give a little bit of dimension. I'm using this Veramona brush and it's so great at getting right super close to the lash line, and I actually got this in one of my IPSY bags previously. Okay, so I actually ended up using all but one color in the palette. Now I'm going to curl my lashes. And Lash Paradise mascara, of course. And then for lips, I think I'm going to use one of the Kylie Coco collection. I don't know if you guys still want a video on that, on like swatches and what I think about them. I'm going to use the shade Bunny. And that is the finished look. So to recap, in case you were confused what products were actually from my IPSY bag, I got this little crease brush, the Island Life palette from Pacifica. I got this Tarte bronzer in Park Avenue Princess. I got this brow cream from Cella, and I got the rose lip treatment. So these are the 5 products I got in my IPSY bag this month. I feel like this eyeshadow palette could use a little bit more pigment, but I love the colors, and all the rest of the products were great. So I am once again happy with my IPSY bag. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you, and I'm sorry for blabbering on and venting a little bit. Actually, I need to stop apologizing about being annoying on my channel because it's my channel and this is my personality. This is the kind of content I like to create. So I'm not sorry about being annoying. If you don't like it, you don't have to subscribe. If you do like it, then hit the red subscribe button, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!